Hi Virgo, welcome to your monthly readings. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. And I want to let you guys know that I'll be traveling throughout the month of July until August 15. So for those of you who are interested in a personal reading, I'll still be doing those, but it may take more time than usual. And if you are interested in knowing all the details about the services I offer, please email me throughout the email I put in the description box below. So Virgo, I do feel that the month of July brings a lot of opportunities in terms of your career development and financial return as well. So in terms of the elements of your practical life, I feel like there's a lot for you to accomplish. There's a lot for you to do. There's a lot for you to achieve. Success is at your grasp, and I think that as your creativity runs higher and higher and higher, you will receive some type of glimpse of what you're supposed to do in terms of your service, in terms of what you want to dedicate your time and invest in. I do feel that some of you may want to build partnerships in business, and others of you may want to separate from partnerships that are, not working out. I feel that there's a lot of coming together and separating, coming together and separating. There's a little bit of a tension here between relationships of all sorts. I feel like it could be between friends. It could be between two female figures, actually, that is showing up here, but it could be in relationships in general. There's a little bit of a fighting energy, competition. There's an issue about judgment that is important as well. I feel that some of you will be called to respond to your actions, and there's a little bit of a karmic flavor here. So it's a karmic month for sure, with justice and judgment right off the bat here. This is a very karmic month, so it's very important to know and have this conscious energy of between cause and effect, and make sure you are acting and speaking upon the truth, upon your integrity, and upon what's right, what's fair. I think that some of you may not really understand where others are coming from during this time. You may feel more attacked, more criticized than usual, but you may as well be unconsciously doing that. I feel like there is an important coming together, eye to eye type of conversation about lies, about deception, about things that were dealt or are being dealt in more deceptive ways, dishonest ways, ways where there's a little bit of wearing masks, to cover up the hidden motivations. All of that will be called to attention during the month of July. So I feel that for Virgos that have been waiting for their moment of return, for their good actions, for their good intentions, for Virgos that have been feeling that they have been mistreated, that there has been things in their lives that are not fair, that are not right, and you want answers, this may be the month where those answers come in. But I also feel that Virgos that have been pushing it, that have been hiding things, that have been lying, that have been avoiding, dealing with the consequences of their actions, there may be, an inevitable moment of climax that will happen and lead to the consequences of those actions. So it's very important just to know, where you're coming from, because this is the unconscious energy, and when this is the unconscious energy, we need to be careful, especially when we have justice, judgment, Queen of Swords. It's like your lies, if you lie, or if there's lies going on around you, you will know about it and they will come out. I feel that being calm, being steady, being secure, on your way of looking at facts, on your way of analyzing situations, using that huge, strong, analytical and critical thinking that usually Virgos are very good at, is going to help you solve whichever the situation is. I do feel that for the majority it involves two people that are like on opposite sides of something, like two people that are at conflict with something. For Virgos that are dealing with legal situations, I think that this month will be important I feel like there's 50-50 here. I feel like some of you will receive the fair results that you have been waiting for in terms of legal cases or court issues. Some of you may still need to battle and build your case, you know, build the facts, build a strategy that can help you out in terms of the achieving the results you want out of this process. I feel that this is a very, like, a month, like, things happen in a very, you know, circle type of movement, you know, like there's this energy again of what goes around comes around, and this may apply itself to anything. So the better you do out there in the world, the better you put your energy out there, the better you think, the better you feel, the best the results you will get. I know that it's not as easy, but again, I think that Virgos have this thing where that they unconsciously may not understand, but it's something that it's very powerful, which is, and it's not just with Virgos, but Virgos do have this, which is when you want to be good and when you want to feed the good thoughts, immediately you can see the results of that. You see immediate results of your good thoughts, you know, of the good outlook you put out there in the reality, you know, with the acceptance you have for the flaws of your own being and others, and still seeing the beauty and the bright side of those. But when Virgos are dealing with a lower vibration of this, and you want to feed that negative thinking, that critical, crushing thinking of everything is wrong, I am wrong, others are wrong, nothing of this makes sense, be careful, because that has as well immediate results. So the power of your thought is at play here as well. That's why judgment for me is showing up here. Make sure, you know, your actions are in alignment with your judgment, with your senses, because there will be certain consequences out of everything that is done and said, you know. And so, and they are important consequences, you know. Judgment is a very important card. It's not something easy or light. It's like long-lasting consequences. So make sure the decisions and choices you make in the month of July are for the best. Of course, the best of your own being, the best for yourself, what is in accordance to your truth, but also respecting, you know, the truth of others, respecting the space of others, respecting that not everyone has, you know, things figured out or as logical, as explained, as organized as you do. And there's always two sides of the same story. That's another thing that is coming up here, that is that Virgos may be dealing with, there's two sides of every story. Now, who is right? You know, who is right? I feel that this judgment at the end of it, even though it's showing up as a challenge, is an opportunity to free yourself from karmic debts and karmic burdens, you know, to get to learn lessons that you haven't yet learned, or you haven't yet found that sense of closure, because that point of something returning, you know, to its fair position, to its just position is missing. So those situations that are kind of, you know, you're waiting for the return of it in a certain way, to be free, they are going to happen possibly throughout the summer. It doesn't have to be necessarily immediately right now, because for all of you it's a different vibration, but throughout the summer I do feel like there's big developments in terms of issues that you have been kind of dragging with you for a long time. I feel like the communication is tense. Watch out the critical, again, thinking, watch out the power of the word, how you use that tool, because you may really hurt or pierce others throughout you know, what you have to say, but also you may be receiving some critical energy to you. You may be criticized, you may be judged, you may be feeling judged, you may be feeling that, again, people are very on edge about everything you do, and this may be a test for you to come to your power, you know, and be who you are and not care, you know, not care, not convey, not settle for less, you know, than what you truly are, just because someone is unable to understand, you know, what that's all about, or because you don't fit the standards that they expected you would fit. There's a lot of strength with you. I feel that others of you are going to retreat or kind of take some time off. There's some type of vacations here that could be actual, you know, holidays or vacations like I'm having, but it could also be some type of vacation of the soul. So things that were tiring, again, things that were dragging themselves, things that you're tired of. I think that some of you, even if that situation is not resolved, you will be able throughout the summer again to put some pause or hit pause on that situation in a way that it's beneficial. I feel it's like something to help you recharge, you know, and replenish energies for the next, you know, strikes when they do come. Some of you may be afraid of something during the month of July, like there's this scaring energy, like scares, little scares, you know, fears haunting you in a certain way. It may be a fear of something being found out. I do feel that Virgos that are kind of hiding something that unconsciously, again, they feel guilty or ashamed about. This is the month where that may kind of haunt you. You know, again, your judgment is very sharp, so you may be very critical to your own being. Watch out to not crush yourself, you know, with your own thoughts. Be kind, be acceptant. You are a human being, you make flaws. So you have flaws. So if you are afraid of something being found out, you know, that may be something you may be needing to address and deal with. You know, remain calm, remain serene. Everything will work itself out as it should. That's justice, that's judgment. But you are going to be in this position. So actually, the results, either way, are going to be favorable to you. I feel that, again, the more calm you are, you will see how things will unfold and develop, you know, in ways that are actually the way you want and the way that is right for you. It's a time to recharge. It's a time to rest your mind, especially your mind. I feel like your mind has been throughout a lot of pressure. You have been dealing with a lot of things, and I feel like this is the time where you can let down the sword and just enjoy, you know, the pleasures of life, being involved with nature, being involved with this type of relaxation energy where you can just be with your own self, you know, without being afraid of having to defend or be something that at the end is not really what you want to be. That's what I feel. Some of you are actually feeling ready for change. Some of you are embracing this judgment, even though it's showing up as a challenge. I feel like some of you are ready for your calling. Some of you are ready to embrace, you know, to embrace the ascension. That's what I want to say, you know, the ascension to that new stage of life and consciousness that you have been called to. Some of you are finding out your purpose. Some of you are finding out, you know, what type of career and vocation suits your soul and spirit, in ways that you can work with in this reality, which is awesome because I feel that it will be very, very, very successful. Some of you maybe too quick to jump into conclusions, and I feel that you should be careful. I feel that you may be approached with an opportunity, and immediately your reaction may be to say no. And I actually feel that this opportunity could take you to very positive lens of love and success. So I feel that if anyone approaches you or an opportunity comes, again, with this judgment and justice, take your time to analyze, investigate, dig deep, to find out the answer. Don't immediately say no to an opportunity because you may be afraid, or because deep down you just don't know enough about it, and so you're making this type of hasty decision based on, this. The Page of Swords, it's a good, sharp communicator, but it tends to be naive. It tends to be very reactive. It tends to be defensive. It tends to have always something to say and not listen properly, And I feel like this is your power, so you may have that tendency during the month of July to, be on alert and always have something to say, but not really paying attention to what's being said at all. So watch, be calm, be steady. If anyone or anything approaches you, take your time with it, and then come to your senses with judgment and make your decision. Because there may be opportunities you may be saying no that are actually very good for you. Others of you are actually going to have good surprises. I think that there's this big laughter, and this big wide smile. That's what I want to say with Virgos here showing up for some of you in the month of July. I think that some of you will have great moments of welfare and well-being with the ones you love, with your support system, family, friends, loved ones. Some of you are establishing yourselves in life, and you're actually very proud of that. You have this very you are proud of that, and your family is proud of you. Your friends, whoever you consider to be your tribe, your soul tribe, there's a lot of an embrace to you, and a lot of a recognition for what you made out of yourself and who you turn out to be, despite of all the challenges or everything, all the experiences you've went through. I feel like there's something here about you taking risks on some sorts, which again is maybe calling up here to justice and judgment. I feel like, again, it's 50-50. Some of you are here going to take some risks, and some of you won't. I feel like there's this 50-50 energy. It may be about as well opportunities that may come your way, in which you may need to take your time to make a decision. And some of you will actually try it. Some of you won't. It depends on your specific situation. I feel like money and financial opportunities are very, very, very prosperous. I feel like there's a lot coming here for Virgos throughout this month. There's a lot of wealth and a lot of opportunities to increase wealth, to increase what you consider to be abundance. It doesn't have just to be, money per se, even though I feel like there's a lot of financial gain. It could be as well assets, property, possessions, everything and anything dealing with the material realm. There's great promise there, and I think that July brings you closer to your purpose. It brings you closer to your calling. It brings you even closer to your senses. So doubts, confusion, illusion, things that are keeping you from actually functioning 100% erased, all of that is going to be wiped out. That's why there's this karmic kind of flavor here, is that it's a time to return to who you are. It's a time to be free from, chains of things that no longer serve you. And this may be about you needing to kind of be in this energy of renewal. I think that there's a lot of renewal, more than just a rebirth. I think that Virgos have been through the rebirth and transformation. Now it's like renewal, feeling like your energies are being renewed, feeling this rebirth, but in another stage, not just the process of coming to it, but more feeling the regeneration, rejuvenation happening, feeling like the effects of the change, you know, in a very physical way, emotionally and mental way. That's why I feel like the summer is like holidays for Virgos. It's like time to have fun, time to take care of business, time to take care of yourselves, time to just relax. And I feel like that time out will be, you know, just what you need to build, you know, then that strong, you know, new beginning you're seeking September forward on your birthdays. So not necessarily September for all of you, know, the end of August until September for Virgos celebrating their birthdays. So I hope you have a great month of July. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it, and please keep doing so. And hopefully we'll see each other soon.